She got a man, but what's a man when he don't own a Nirvana? She see me moving, see me fluid, I do what I wanna.
Don't say spiritual miracle lyrical.
Don't
do it. Hello, everybody.
Oh wait, we're smoking weed. This is CBD.
I was already smoking this before we started, so
I've never smoked in my life. That's CBD, right?
this is CBD, bro.
Okay. Word. Well, this is the TeddyBeatzz and Brown show, or the Beatzz and Brown show, with Molly Brown and TeddyBeatzz. Guess who's who? We were in a heat of a topic of discussion, saying what words could be rhymed or what could not be rhymed. One of the words, what was it? Curious? No, you said you can't rhyme.
Oh, you can't use the word ridiculous anymore.
The word ridiculous can't be rhymed.
I don't care what it is we're trying to rhyme it with, bro. You know how many people have said some kind of, I'm spitting ridiculous. Like, if I ever hear you, yo. If you're ever rapping with me and you fucking say some shit like that, bro, I will, oh my God, I'll leave, bro.
What are the do's and don'ts?
I won't even talk to you anymore.
Like I said, you can't say spiritual, lyrical, miracle. My
Yeah, like,
lyricals.
you can
are
say
miracles.
those words in separate situations. Like, you know, if you're really talking, like, okay, this is what I was really talking about, though, because there's certain words that you can use as long as you're using it within the narrative of the song, and you're using the words to actually communicate something. Like, don't ever be, either way, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't just be rhyming words, bro. Like, you shouldn't do that anyways. Like, that's a no-go from me.
And you know that's a big misconcept that people have with you, bro. They think that you just rhyming words. See the sometimes the fans say they're saying he's just rhyming words, but it's like, no, slow it down. He's actually making sense of his spiritual, lyrical, miracle rhyming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He knows what he's saying.
Yeah, see? Let's keep it blue. I like that.
Individual. Lyrical, miracle.
Just that's really the one rule, though. Like, you can use the word, even the word ridiculous, which I would never say that. You'll never hear me say that word in a rhyme. Because I just heard it too much. Some stuff I just won't say. But either way, if I was to use it, it would be because something was truly ridiculous. But, you know, there's so many other words that mean the same thing as ridiculous. Like, there's a million synonyms, man. I am with the Saurus, bro. I'm the official Saurus, okay? I'm the Saurus that Theodore is, all right?
The Thesaurus. Did you just say the Thesaurus by Theodorus?
Yeah, well.
You can't ignore us.
See?
Oh, bars, man. You know, I've been thinking about actually making my name Theodorus, bro. Like, Theodoros, that's my name. And I'm like, it's so hard to say. It's so weird. I will never introduce myself as Theodoros or Theodoros.
Theodoros.
But what it means, bro, is God's gift. Gift from God. That's what it breaks down to. Theo in Greek means God. Doros means gift. Gift of God.
I would concur that TeddyBeatzz is indeed a gift of God.
Thanks, man.
I gave him to the universe. Yeah, no big deal.
Yo, hold on. So, I forgot what the fuck. We were talking about something very kind of, like, interesting right beforehand. We were talking about Logic.
Oh, yeah. Logic's new album came out, and I think Logic... Listen, bro. A lot of people like to compare me to Logic, which I hate, because I'm nothing like him. All right? Just because we're white dudes and we rap, and, you know, he's biracial. So fucking...
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's funny. He said it himself. He's like, he realizes that he switches up around, like, certain people sometimes. And I'm like, but, you know, actually, growing up as being somebody that's mixed, bro, I really kind of, like, that's a real thing with mixed people. And that's not a topic that's usually talked about. But, like, you know, because sometimes, like, I did have identity problems for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for example, I grew up in Colonial Village, right? Which is a predominantly black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It is a black neighborhood, but it wasn't like that growing up. So I lived there till I was 12 or 13 years old. So then I have that, but then it's like now I'm living with my father's side of the family who's Greek. You know what I'm saying? But I don't speak Greek. I speak Spanish, but I was raised by my Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like going through life in Connecticut is so diverse. You know, and it's like.
I feel that a lot.
So growing up, for me personally, though, it's like
I had a hard time with
I could be so many different people.
That stuff gave me a hard time too, just because like I'm mildly brown. Like I've explained that my name is Mildly Brown because literally as a kid, everybody always thought I was Mexican, but I wasn't really Mexican. So Mexicans were like, "Why are you putting him with us?" And also like, and I'm not just generalizing Spanish people here. I mean. Well, unless they are. When they call me Mexican, they might be being racist to me, like, oh, all Spanish people are Mexican, but like, I don't know.
I can see you being like a Pedro.
Yeah, like, facts. I feel like a Pedro, bro.
If you just had the mustache, just the mustache.
Oh, I'm seriously looking Hispanic if I have just a mustache. But yeah, that's where I like had struggled to find my cultural identity and always align with things. I mean, I'm like Italian and Scottish, and there just isn't that like culture in my family like about that stuff. Like my dad kind of tries to keep the Italian stuff like alive and well, but he's just like he's an American, you know? Like
yeah.
And,
was he
like,
born over there in Italy?
Nah, his grandfather was. So my great grandfather.
Oh, so he's third generation
Yeah.
or second generation American?
Yeah, no, I guess my grandma would have been the first, like, actual American. Then he's
Yeah.
the second. I'm the third.
Word.
Third generation immigrant kid out here.
Word.
We immigrated, bro.
My mom was born in DR, and my dad is first generation. So my grandma lived there. She moved here. So my dad grew up speaking Greek only, like my dad's side of the family, yeah. So they were first generation. So I'm...
Yeah, I can't speak any other languages.
Second. Well, I don't know. See, that's another thing.
I just loved anime.
just TeddyBeatzz.
Like, the thing I connected with first... I've always connected with different cultures. The first culture I connected with was Japanese culture. I loved it so much. I watched anime every single day. It literally saved my life in certain ways. Just like giving me this role model, like these role models that I really like seriously looked up to. And then after that, it was like Spanish culture kind of like took a huge impact on me because I started chilling with one of my best friends, Mars Hendrick, by the way. Shout out Mars Hendrick, he's him. But he was Spanish and his whole family was Spanish, and they just really brought me in and just loved me. You know what I mean?
I didn't know he was Spanish until you told me.
Yeah, he's literally 50%, bro. That's the crazy part. He literally like that's why we always chill, bro. And I'm just like, we got a white guy who looks Spanish and a Spanish guy who looks white. We just chill together, bro.
Dude, that's awesome though.
Yeah, but then after that, I met this dude Danny, and like started staying with him all the time. And he's a black dude, a light skinned black dude, and he just. You know, he put me onto the culture, like, I mean, seriously, like, and then after that, I met H God and all them, and just, like, I just...
So it's a very diverse group.
Was with black culture, like...
That's what I'm saying. Connecticut, man, it's so diverse, dude. You have, like, I don't really even look at race, man. Like, I really don't. Like,
that's how it is for me, too.
Over here, it's just,
some
you
people
are
have
you.
to. Like, you know, some people would consider it insensitive to be like, I don't look at race, even though I also share that feeling exactly. But I've heard people be like, oh, you could say that because like you're Caucasian passing you this and that. But it's like, nah. I mean, I understand that. Like, if you're a black person growing up in America, there's certain challenges that I can't understand, of course.
Word.
And I have a lot of empathy towards that because I've always hated the inequality. Like, I mean, I just hate that. I hate inequality, okay? If you know anything about astrology, I got a Libra Lilith. You know what the Libra is? Libra represents the scales, okay? It wants balance. Lilith, your Lilith sign in the chart, represents your dark moon and your repressed self.
Never heard of that, Lilith?
Yeah, bro.
I know there's a spirit named Lilith.
It's your shadow. You heard of shadow work?
Yeah.
Like internalizing your shadow. It's the same thing as that Lilith work. It's like, so I learned about that, and it made so much sense why I always craved this fairness I could never get. And I actually have to let go of that because life's not fair, bro. It ain't fair that I'm better than you at rapping.
Do you know Lilith? Do you know Lilith from the Bible?
Yeah, I know of the character. That's like kind of why it's represented by that.
Oh, it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like connected kind of like that.
Word.
And it just is a certain part of your chart. Oh yeah, but
yeah, no, I look at people, bro, like for people. I go off energy, man. Like
me too.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It doesn't matter who you are.
It doesn't matter what you look like. I can just feel if you're dangerous, I feel it. If you're a nice, amazing person, I feel it. Like it's just how certain people carry themselves. You know, certain people carry themselves more animalistically because they're so caveman far back. Like there's this amazing chart. It's not a chart. It's just like a system of understanding human development. It's called spiral dynamics. It has all these different levels. Like it has it's like starts off, I don't remember the colors exactly, but it starts off very primitive, like a baby essentially. That's like the first stage of consciousness. So it also kind of follows the growth of a human. But also society and species as a whole. Then it goes into like red, which is like the war mongering, like warlords that would like take over the world through violent means to like settle their people. And then it goes over to blue, which is like community. And it keeps going back. Every single level you raise up, it goes others, self, group, family, community, self. And it keeps going up all the way until like...
Almost aligns with the chakras.
Yeah, it does. A lot of these charts connect in these ways.
I've realized that in life too.
Because then, after red it's blue, which is like where religion comes in, Christianity, groups, tribes, just like all of them coming together. Then it goes up from that into orange, which is a capitalistic self mindset. See, blue is the group. Orange is like your typical conservative, like Republican capitalist, trying to get that money, care about me, hustle culture, all that stuff is orange. Green is where you get to your liberals and your Democrats, and unfortunately they're not going to like this, but green, the ideals of the liberalism itself is more advanced than conservatism. However, conservatism cannot be skipped to develop to that point. You have to go through that. It's a level. It's humanity pushing itself forward.
Wait, how does politics involve with that?
It's not politics. It's simply the way that these people view the world. Like in spiral dynamics stage green, which stage orange is a conservative. Spiral dynamics stage green goes back to the community love, like hippies, like these kinds of people, these like social justice warriors and all that good stuff. But it's like, and I know there's flawed examples of both. There's really amazing people who are stage orange capitalists, and there's really horrible people who are Democrat, whatever, liberalist, like, green, stage green, they're all about love, they're all about this, but it's like, they're failing to realize, like, they use, a lot of people are just stage orange people masquerading as stage green, because they know capitalistically that they can capitalize on all these people who truly do love the world, and that's why a lot of the politicians who are under the Democratic side they're more like Republicans still, but they're just pretending to give a fuck about you so they can get your vote. Like,
that's crazy shit,
dude.
Yeah, I've never really been into politics. I always kind of felt like the shit was rigged, to be honest with you.
Well, like I said, they're both the same side technically, but one of them goes after the people who are
a distraction. I feel like
one of them goes after people who are lovers, and one of them goes after people who are like warriors. Like the conservatives go after the warrior.
I never thought about it like that.
Dude, I watched shout out to actualize.org. It's this guy who makes amazing fucking 3-hour long content going into these topics, and that's kind of
you
where
have me thinking.
None of that stuff. Yeah, it's interesting, bro.
So you're saying that? So put it in layman's terms, you're saying like people that are Republican embody a certain energy.
Yes.
People that are Democratic embody a certain energy.
Yeah. Well, it's like
like it's same, like almost wiring. You're saying of the brain, like the same.
Like
because Republicans
there's a lot of different varying,
as like tough gun holders.
We're triggering you guys today. There's a lot of different varying.
If you're triggered by this,
examples,
I don't know what to
show yourself the door.
Yeah, man. Like, don't be triggered. We're just talking. This is what the world needs. Open discussion to learn from another.
Tell us what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, we'll definitely read that shit because we don't got that many fans right now. So if you comment, we'll see it for sure.
For sure,
I guarantee.
It's like the one or two of you.
No, they're missing. This is a great episode already.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, it's more like in spiral dynamic stage green. That's where they just get into like protecting Mother Earth and all these stuff. And if I were to describe spiral dynamic stage green, you would just think I'm describing a typical like liberal.
Yeah.
And like a lot of these Democratic Party people aren't really liberals, so that's the thing. That's what a true liberal is actually a lot more rare than you might think. You've probably never met a real liberal. Like this is a small.
What kind of like energy would you say they embody? Like
love.
In general.
Love, but they
I don't even know what a liberal is, to be honest.
They lose touch in stage yellow, which is after stage green. It's kind of a combination of everything. And it's
Are you talking about like a spiritual level of or is this a real chart?
It's a real thing. It's more of a scientific study, but it applies so well to spirituality that's why the guy actualized.org talked about it. Leo, man, he's him, bro.
So wait, that guy talked about the same between like spirituality, like the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
He's very spiritual, and he's literally like
wow.
received many enlightenings and just crazy spiritual work he's done. So he's just a very good source of information for someone like me, because he's also comes from a Western culture like I do, because we're from a Western world. So it's like there's all these Eastern philosophers who talk about enlightenment, like
Sadhguru.
Yeah, like Sadhguru, Thich Nhat Hanh. There's a lot of different examples. And
Infinite
that's
Waters.
He's like more of a Western guy too. He's from Britain.
Yeah.
He's kind of like us. Like he's more like him, Teal Swan, Leo, actualize.org. These are great spiritual resources for a Western mind, which we're raised in this capitalistic American society. So that stuff's broken down in the way that we're used to life.
You know who Alan Watts is?
Oh, Alan Watts.
What would you say he is?
He went hard. I think he's still over in the Western side.
Yeah.
It's like people who grew up like, the eastern side is like, Tibet, Buddhism, Taoism, and
That's Eastern?
Yeah, and like there's also Hinduism, which is like more Sadhguru, but Sadhguru is beyond Hinduism. Sadhguru knows.
He really is.
He knows exactly.
Sadhguru, man.
He knows. He knows.
It's my dad.
Okay, like I love Sadhguru. I love Sadhguru so much. He's also hilarious.
He really is,
He
man.
makes me laugh so hard, bro. You saw his episode with Joe Rogan?
I think I saw some of it.
He had Rogan triggered, bro.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you just keep answering." He's like, "You keep answering my question. You keep answering my questions with like, so on and so forth." Is that what Joe Rogan was saying?
Yeah, he was just like, Joe Rogan was trying to bring up that, basically like trying to argue that everything's not perfection.
Yeah.
And Sadhguru was like, no, yes it is.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan was like, no, but what about this? What about that? And Sadhguru he said,
Somebody asked Sadhguru. He's like, they were like, "What is your weakness? Like, what do you do that's not perfect?" And his response was, he's like, "I like to risk my life every single day." He's like, if that means speeding on my motorcycle, that he's doing whatever. He's like, that's my addiction. He goes, because if you're not on the verge of life, then you're not living life.
The verge of death?
The verge of death, you're not living life. So he's like, I like to really risk he's like, that's my
Sadhguru
bad
said
thing.
that?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, that makes so much sense. Like, I feel like that's why I smoke weed. Because it actually makes me anxious to the point where I feel like I'm going to die sometimes. That makes me feel alive. Like, that makes me feel so alive. I know that's wild that's how weed makes me
wow,
feel.
I've never heard that.
This is a completely different way that most people would ever use weed. But for me, like, it makes me...
This is the only way.
It makes me so uncomfortable that I just have to. Like, I just have to have the experience.
Man, that's like, I don't know if that needs help or a pound, bro.
I don't know either, man.
That was nice. That was a good laugh. I've never heard anybody in my life say that. Wow. Usually it's like the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Molly Brown is different, man.
Molly Brown's a different guy, bro. I'm a weird, strange fella. I always have been. That's why I had a very hard time making friends growing up.
Yeah. Did you have a lot of friends growing up? Like as a kid? Like
I had like one at a time. And then like...
Yeah. You know what's I remember being a kid and just like being friends with everybody
and then
for no reason.
I was best friends with this kid, Thomas Jankovic, in third grade. And he told me he didn't want to be my friend anymore.
Ooh.
It was my first experience of a true abandonment.
Elementary school was a different playground, man. That was a different way of life. Can you remember that, man?
I was just so like, like everybody bullied me all the time. I was mildly brown still. They all thought, like I said, thought I was Mexican. They thought I was white. They thought I was this. They thought I was that. They didn't fuck with me. I liked the anime, which was taboo back then. Like, you kids don't even know, man.
Did you almost take that, make it the weakness and turn it into a strength, and you became mildly brown?
In a way, yeah.
That's kind of...
That's a lot of it. Like, the fact that I had to be alone so much was where I learned, like, okay, I gotta do this. Like, I gotta, like, actually, like, turn my time. Since this is all I have, like, I would draw. I would just want to be great. I knew I wanted to be so great. Maybe it's because I just wanted to be loved. Maybe I just, like, when you're somebody who doesn't get enough love, there's multiple directions you can go in. There's the direction of, you just give up on love entirely. And there's those of them like me who just, like, we know, like, our love cup has never been full to the point, like, it's like, we want the world's love because, like, that's the love we never got growing up, in a way.
Yo, should we get deep on this episode real quick?
We're getting
No,
deep.
I can tell you something that really happened to me on some deep shit, bro. I actually cried for the first time yesterday talking to Uncle Billy about it, and I don't cry. And it was so crazy. Sorry, I'm just going to get into it. So I was taking a shower, right? And then for some reason, this fucking, like, thought came about. And so, so I don't have any direct siblings, so from the same mom and dad. I have half brothers, half sisters, right? Mm-hmm. And so I saw this TikTok, and this girl, I'm going to get deep.
Get deep, bro.
Yeah, you guys are knowing me right now. I'll probably never do this again. But
the world needs it, bro.
So she's like, told her baby, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and the baby was so happy, right? She's like, "Yeah, right." And then it made me think about myself. And I remember when they first told me that my stepmother was pregnant, I was just like so angry. I was so sad. I was like, "What the fuck?" But like, and that thought came about, and then I was like, "Let me dissect my little 6-year-old brain." And I'm like, why did I respond that way? And I realized, man, it's because when my parents divorced, they found love right away. You know what I'm saying? They found my step-parents are great, phenomenal. I love them to death. You know what I'm saying? They did their role.
Like, they split and
they split.
Are they still with like the?
They're still with the same people. They have the whole family. I have beautiful sisters. I have a beautiful, handsome brother. You know what I'm saying? They're
Damn.
good. They're still striving.
I think
But what happened to me, man, was they got divorced and then they found each other in like a year. Then, you know, I think subconsciously, knowing that she was pregnant, like was like, oh, then this is like guaranteed. Then my parents are not gonna get back together. So then I really, bro, and I sat, bro, and I thought about myself, and I'm like, damn. Think about my perspective as a child. You know, I was like, my family just split, right, and then they found like two people. Like nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not like nothing. There was a lot of trials and tribulations, but that's what I'm seeing as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, you know, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, damn, I went through a lot of pain for that, and I didn't even. The crazy thing is, bro, I didn't even know that was in my brain, but it was such a relieving thing to like unlock that part of my brain. It was like hidden in a vault that I didn't even know I
That's
had.
the kind of stuff I'm trying to get to. That's why I'm in therapy, bro.
Yeah, man.
I've seen memes where it's like men don't go to therapy, they just make a podcast. So it's pretty funny, bro.
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
I've seen it.
damn.
But it's like, you know, it's also good, but like, you know, remember, this is stand-up fucking guy right here who just gave you the example that it's okay to fucking...
Oh yeah, man.
You're a fucking...
And I was like, you know, and I had that thought like 2 days ago, and I was just like, oh wow, right? But then I was like, something was like, yo, you gotta let this shit out, because I was like, I don't want to hold it in. Something was like, do not hold this in.
Yeah.
You found it, don't leave
bro.
it in your body, throw it out. You know? So then like I went and I fucking talked to Uncle Billy about it, and I just fucking bawled, bro. I was just crying. He was like, damn. He's like, I haven't seen you cry since you were like 6 years old. I'm like, because Beatzz don't cry. But then I was just like,
Brown cries.
you know,
I be crying.
I be numb to shit, man. And I'm like, but the thing is, I didn't even know that was in my brain. I'm over here thinking I'm fully healed. You know, then, I mean, this was a good thing that happened because it came out.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy, like, so interesting that I was able to go and dissect my childhood
That's what's
brain,
up.
man.
Thank you for sharing that, bro. That's
Yeah, dude. That and I was just like, it's so crazy how it just comes about. And sometimes we hold things in without even knowing. Like, I remember holding that in as a child, right? But then I genuinely forgot about it.
Yeah.
And like, and I realized, like, for you guys listening, sometimes you have there's a vault that we have in our heart and our brain, right? And like a lot of even the smallest traumatic experience, this is what Uncle Billy was telling me. He's like, it could be the smallest thing, right? Somebody could have said something to you. He's like, and you just throw it in the vault because you just move on, right? But he goes, it always comes out. He's like, you might cry 20 years later about the one thing that the man said to you. He's like, it has to come out. And I'm like, man, I had an epiphany, man, yesterday. And I'm like, wow.
That's life-changing.
I was like, that's very true. Because we don't mean to hold it in the vault.
Nah.
That's crazy.
You can't. I've tried to find everything in my vault. My vault's pretty deep. I'm still working on getting through that, but that's why I make 1,000 songs a year. You know, because I'm just trying to literally. I feel like my music has always been a way that I've been like, I made so much. I feel like I would sit down and make 20 songs a night last year, because I'm just like trying to find it. Like I'm trying to like, and when I would hear a song that really got there, it would heal me and make me feel so good. And that's how I know my music is like medicine, can like heal people, because like it really heals me. Like
it's literally an extension to your soul.
Yeah, like
yours.
It's medicine, bro. I don't make music. I make medicine. All right.
Bars.
My menacing medicine.
Oh, there goes another one. Yo, he surprises me every time. It's like, that makes sense.
It's a bar.
That's out the vault.
It's contextualized now.
That's crazy.
Oh.
But yeah, you know, Russ was saying, so he was like, somebody said to him, what is it like selling your soul? He goes, music is an extension to my soul. I feel all my song pieces. He's like, selling my whole catalog is like selling my soul. And I was like, that's an interesting point of view.
That does make a lot of sense. So we can't be doing that.
Because think about it. Like, even yourself, bro. If somebody offered you to buy your whole entire catalog, I mean, I'm sure you generally probably, would you? If somebody was like, yo, I'll buy your all your stuff for like $3 million, would you do it? I feel like you're so creative. I feel like you can pump so much.
I would literally come up with. I would literally go on, but I wouldn't do that for less than like 500 million. Like.
Really?
Yeah.
Like all your songs now. Like if somebody offered
right
you today,
now, I would do that for 500 million. Everything I ever did, and
no. How about like 3 million?
No.
No.
500 million or more.
Honestly, out of all my music, I think I would just give it for 3 million, because I feel like now. I'll give it for, why not? What is it doing for me right now? It's not really generating money for me.
That's true. You know, maybe 3 million isn't bad. Now that you put it like that, it's like we could really use that.
Yeah, bro. And then we can restart our legacy.
We can restart everything.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, because that, Nah, yeah, I couldn't, bro. Like my songs are so emotional, bro. You never know what they're gonna get. Like I don't know. Like yeah, I couldn't live with that. Like unless I'm actually choosing to write a song for somebody.
Yeah.
Like that's me doing that. And I'm like really connecting to their energy when I do that. It's not me. Like I don't feel like it's me writing a song when I write a verse for another person.
He said 500 million. So the actual offer to Russ by the record label was $50 million. And
Wow.
so what he did was he emailed a bunch of record labels and he was like, how much would you buy my whole catalog for? Just so that he can turn it down and rap about it. And that's what he did. So he's like, I waited for the highest bid. The highest bid was 50 million. And he's like, and I just turned it down because I wanted to see what I was going to get from them. And I wanted to rap about it, which he did. And then he was like, and
That's
he
based.
turned it down.
I'd say that's pretty based.
50 million though. That's what they were going to offer Russ. And Russ has a crazy catalog.
He's got a lot of fucking music, and they would probably be able to use the record label methods to market it and all that other shit.
Big time. That's crazy.
Because they have certain connections that we can't even fathom. That's why a lot of people don't know how successful Russ is. A lot of people really don't know.
And he really did it off
they
of
try to hide
Distro
it.
Kid, dude.
There is 8 billion people on the planet, so
TuneCore.
plenty of people aren't going to... You could be incredibly famous and still over half of the world won't know who you are. Think about the third world countries that exist. Like they don't know
Oh, yeah.
they don't know about Russ. You know, they don't know about fucking... They might not even know about Drake, bro. Like Drake! I saw Soulja Boy live on TikTok today.
Did you?
It was so funny. He was really in there like freestyling. He wasn't bad.
Really?
He wasn't bad at freestyling.
Soulja
I can
Boy.
imagine you're a rapper for that long.
He's the first rapper ever to freestyle. You know, he always be like, "Oh, I was the." Did you know he used to do that? That was his thing.
Yeah.
He would comment. He'd be like, "I was the first rapper to do this. I was the first rapper
Soulja
to
Boy,
do
the
that."
first rapper with an iPhone,
Yeah.
which is true.
Which he is actually though. I think he is actually the first rapper that like made the internet music popping.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
think
people-
so.
Yeah, even I remember Soulja Boy.
Like
Doing that whole
yeah. He actually made like
Crank That Watch.
YouTube
Whoa.
YouTube like videos. Like he actually made that a thing.
Yeah,
Like to be a real rapper.
even though he
Even though yeah, I
he's always
wouldn't.
garbage, bro.
Yeah,
He
I
has a
don't-
song called "Girl You Stank, Take a Bath." Girl You Stank, Take a Bath. Girl You Stank, Take a Bath.
I don't
a
know
real
that.
song, bro.
I know Rick and Morty. Rick.
I don't know that
Rick.
one either.
Rick.
Soulja Boy, he's like Mozart, really. He's obviously the GOAT. I mean, yo,
Yeah.
I was in the gym locker room today, and somebody was like, "Why do you got? What do you? Does that say GOAT?" I was like, "Yeah, that says GOAT." He's like, "What are you the GOAT of?" And then we had this whole
it
insightful
an old guy?
conversation. It was an old guy. It was a good talk, bro.
Oh,
I said I was
did
a
he
GOAT
have
rapper.
a thick accent?
No, are you talking about the Scottish, German, Russian guy?
Yeah, that's
I
my
can't really
guy,
tell.
bro, yeah.
He looks like an owl a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the same
we
thing.
know who we're talking about.
Yeah, I know
bro.
exactly
We're
who you're
talking about
talking
the same guy. We go to the same gym.
Yeah.
We saw each other there today. We were like, yo.
Dude, I didn't even see you in the locker room.
Dude,
I was so in my zone.
I saw you from the back, and I was like, I really think that's Teddy.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, it could have been some other bald, stocky guy.
Yeah.
But, like, I really thought it was you, bro.
Bro, I literally
It was.
I went right next to the locker and like I didn't even notice you, you know? I was like in my zone. You're like, "TeddyBeatzz?"
That's how the
I'm
gym
like,
be, bro.
Oh shit, you know? Yeah, I'd be locked in, bro.
You're like the only person I accept seeing at the gym. I'm actually happy to see. Everybody else
Yeah.
that I know, I'm like, nah. Like,
Ollie Brown be hooping, man. I was gonna take a shot with you today.
yeah,
Yeah, but I was just like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna take a shot.
bro, I was
'Cause
balling in
just
there.
like, yeah, it looks fun. You had it to yourself, bro. That was pretty cool.
It was amazing. I love running back and forth, like, to the other ends of the court, like, and, like, shooting a shot and then just, like, running all the way, like, it's just such a good workout and just, like, so much fun. And, like, you feel, like, the momentum. Basketball is crazy, man. You guys might not notice about me, but I'm a huge fucking basketball fan. Huge. Like, I mean, I know information that I got no business knowing. I know, like I wake up in the morning with the information in my head of LeBron's height, weight, age,
Really?
where he went to high school, where like Kobe Bryant, how old he was when he got drafted. He got drafted to the Hornets. He got traded. Like I know all this stuff. Like mad shit, bro. They traded fucking Vlade Divac for homie, bro. Like I know that too. I know who they traded for Kobe.
I can see you being a commentator, bro. Man, what if this music stuff like leads you to something like that? This might be your passion too. You might have another passion for basketball.
I have a huge passion for it, but I just like
Man,
I
it
was
might
so
work out for
anxious.
you,
I was
dude.
so bullied. Like when I tried out for basketball in freshman year, like they just bullied me and like they made fun of me, laughed at me. Like I didn't know how to dress, bro. I wasn't from around. I was going to private school for like 8 years, so I really didn't know. Oh yeah, they're gonna pull that on me. Clarence, you went to private school? Yeah, I went to private school. It was horrible. They bullied me there too. Like, you know, my parents literally crippled themselves financially to send me there because they thought they were going to give me a better life.
How was private school? Was it like
Ass, bro. It was ass. Buns.
I've heard that
But
before.
I would be a much different person. I'd probably have graduated high school if I kept going there. I'm not gonna lie, my parents, maybe that was a good investment on their part. How would I have not graduated from there? Like,
What is it, to high school?
There would have been no distractions. I wouldn't have made a band. I wouldn't probably would
Yeah,
have been a
but you
basketball
wouldn't be
player. 'Cause
maybe
I would have
who
made
you are today.
I would have made the team there instead of not North High where they were balling. These motherfuckers are balling like it's their life on the line, bro. I didn't understand that. That's why I became homeless as a rapper for years, because I needed to understand that. You know, I needed to rap like I was gonna die every day, and I did, and I still do to this day.
Like J. Cole said, a decade from now, I might just buy the Mavericks. I think you might actually buy the Mavericks.
Nah, I don't think I'd buy the Mavericks, but like,
What would you
well,
buy? Would you buy a team if you had it? I see a
That'd be-
future in
that'd
that,
be
bro.
hundreds
I
of
think you
millions,
might
bro.
be the GOAT in that somehow. Yo, Molly Burn, I just saw a great
I would
future
love
in you, bro.
Yeah, honestly, that kind of does give me a certain feeling in my heart. Like,
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, I
maybe
think we're looking at two Hemi Johnsons.
Do I really want to buy the Mavericks though?
Maybe not the Mavericks, but
I feel like
I see you actually doing something like that, bro.
I want to buy like a team that's horrible, like the
Like
Magic.
the
or
Cavaliers.
something.
I'm just kidding.
The
I don't know
Cavs,
anything.
they're not bad, bro.
I don't know anything about
Oh, yeah,
basketball. I thought they were actually really nice. That's why I said that.
They are.
You only
nice.
know basketball?
Yeah, I mean, I know a good amount about football too.
Yeah.
Like, cause I used to be into football a lot as well. Like, I used to watch it pretty avidly, watch documentaries, watch this and that. I just love sports also. Like, if I get into it, I can watch a documentary about baseball and enjoy it. Like, I don't know shit about it. I honestly hate it.
Did you grow up watching wrestling at all? WWE?
That I didn't do. I
didn't?
just, honestly, bro, when I was a kid, I thought it was pretty gay. You know?
You
Like,
thought you were gay?
no, I thought it was gay.
Oh, wrestling was gay. You know that song by whatever his name?
Like my brother would have the wrestling dolls, and I'm like,
Yeah, bro, I had
why
so many.
Why can I undress and dress as like a Barbie, bro? Like I'm trying to Goku, bro. I'm
Bro,
trying to get Goku
I was
as an
like-
action figure. I'm not
That-
Randy Orton, bro.
That
Like,
was
this
my
is a guy.
life. Yo, bro, those wrestlers were my life, dog. Like, you
Yeah.
can ask anyone in my family, because I was only child for many years. And my brain, they weren't just wrestling, bro. I was making movies with my action figures, bro. And
I would do that too.
You know, and it was... Wrestling was a huge part of my life, dude. Huge part, man.
That's cool. Yeah, a lot of people liked it a lot. It just never was for me. Like I said,
It sucks now.
like I just was like, I was just into anime, bro. It has a whole different vibe. So like
I never got into anime.
it had a whole different vibe, and like to me what was cool, like if I was gonna like wrestling because it was cool, I wouldn't really think it was cool because of the way I like Goku was so cool, you know, like Goku was cooler than John Cena. Okay, like
Yeah.
you can't tell me that
Jeff Hardy for me, man. Jeff Hardy was the coolest guy in the fucking...
Yeah.
You know who Jeff Hardy is?
Jeff Hardy, all I know is he had the ladders, bro. Just because I've
He had
rapped
the
with my
ladders,
friends, I've
yeah.
rapped with my friends so many times that they always be like, somebody always like Jeff Hardy with the ladder, bro. Like I was just like,
That's bars.
you know, just like my friends always say something like that.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, yo.
Rey
wrestling used to
Mysterio.
be good. Rey Mysterio. Hey, bro, I went to a lot of My mom used to actually take me to WWE like rings,
That's fire.
but it actually sucked, man. It was so much better in person and on TV.
Yeah?
In real life, because you see what happens like when it goes to commercial, and it's like,
What
yeah,
happens? I
bro.
thought-
Like it's so fake. Like when you see it in real life, you're like, damn, no, this is fake.
Damn.
As a kid, you're like on TV, they show the crazy parts to this, that, but then they don't show like, I don't know, the little breaks. There's
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Or
like,
it's like the guy's like, "Hey, how you okay, man?"
Yeah.
Like fucking like,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to hit you that hard. It was supposed to be fake.
and it's crazy because a lot of the times though they actually do hurt themselves. Like, they're not faking hurting themselves.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
when they
really
throw each
jumping
other
around.
on thumbtacks, they're really going on thumbtacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not
They
fake
threw
thumbtacks.
each other on thumbtacks.
Oh, bro, what? They used to set themselves on fire, bro.
On fire, bro. See,
Bro,
I
back
wouldn't do
then.
that.
Now it's pussy
I
shit.
wouldn't do that I wouldn't do that.
Am I gonna get banned on
For
YouTube for
clout.
saying pussy?
Nah, I already said gay. I think we're
Okay.
gonna be good.
All right, word.
We love all types of people, so I think it's
Yeah.
okay. We can say whatever we want, bro. We can even say
Yeah. Got it.
nincompoops. You know. All right, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like this has been a pretty long episode. I
Yeah,
feel
this
like
was
we're
a
good,
very
man.
natural episode.
Yeah, we should do it like this from now on. This
Yeah,
is
man.
better.
This
Whatever we do
because we
here
kind of
today-
combine. So the CBD.
Oh, this is what we'll do, bro. We'll start talking. Like before we press play, we'll start talking and wait till we get into the flow. Then we'll start filming.
Yeah, we could do
Because
that.
that's what you did. We were literally already in it. You were just like, you know what?
Yeah, exactly. Didn't
All right,
even
guys.
think about
You
it.
you know our new format now. Listen to Horse to Water. Listen to TeddyBeatzz' new song
Nirvana out now.
It's fire. We got nothing but heat coming out for y'all, man. All
That's
right.
it.
All right, guys. Peace out. Whoop.